Alright guys, so I'm basically here fiddling around like I normally do with mobile photography and filmmaking and stuff, and I came across, there's something I've always that's on my want list, and it's basically a matte box. And if you don't know what a matte box is, it's basically like those things you see on the front of the cameras. They have like these shades kind of sticking out on the side, and I know what they're for, and they're really to block the light, any type of light coming in and hitting directly into the lens, which causes lens flares, and then you get this haze, and it really decontrasts your image. So I was sitting here looking, and I'm like, man, I really want one for my cell phone. And of course I couldn't find one for a cell phone, but I stumbled across the small rig one where it's a cold shoe mount, and it sits on top, and it has a flexi arm, and then that flexi arm allows you to basically take the shield and put it in whatever position. And I was like, man, this is fantastic. I gotta buy this right now. And I stopped. I was like, you know what? Hang on. Let me see if I could DIY this before I buy this. I wanted to test it out and see if it was really going to make a difference in my footage. So what did I ended up doing here? You see, I've got this piece of cardboard here. I used some double-sided tape, and I put it on the top of this cold shoe mount here, and I'm using one of my USKEYVISION flexi arms, which normally holds a light or a microphone, and it basically screws into my USKEYVISION down here, and it works out actually pretty good. So if I put my phone in here and go ahead and lock my phone in there, right? Now you can see that I've got this right here. It's just covering. Right here is shielding the lens. So I immediately went outside to test it with it off and then with it on, basically in position, to see if it was going to make a difference. Look at this footage and let me know if you can see the difference. Alright guys, so you can clearly see the difference, right? And I've been struggling with my images looking so decontrast, and I was wondering why it was, and I thought maybe it was just, especially when I'm using the RAW app, when I'm using the Motion Cam app, or if I'm using MC Pro and a log profile, I noticed my images were always so decontrast, and I was like, I couldn't get a lot of contrast in it. And a lot of times, if I was shooting with the sun directly above me, that sun was washing the image out. The beams were hitting it. And this just allows the beams to bounce off, and you get a little bit more contrast in your image. So I think I'm gonna order the one that I wanted to originally order, because this works out actually, and I can see the difference in the footage. It's a big difference. So I just had to make this video just to share this out with you guys. DIY it and test it yourself. Figure out how you can just get a little cover over the lens to block that direct sunlight, and you'll see a world of difference. You'll get that contrast, the color richness, everything back inside of your image.